Hi, this is Cora Stack again. I wanted to just one final point here today talk about Ireland's constitutional crisis, fairness, justice, and the future of democracy. I mean, this is what everybody's talking about. I'm trying to put all the points that people are making on my YouTube and kind of blend it in and just see what are the key. Listen to what everybody's saying and to sort of see what blend it in with my own thinking, etc., etc. And so this is the way I'm looking at it now from all the different perspectives, as I like to do before I. So Ireland's constitutional crisis, fairness, justice, and the future of democracy. This would be a great one now for Richard Price, the brilliant CEO of academia.edu, my favourite friend, because he's an Oxford graduate of philosophy of perception. So this is all about perception. No, there's a bit more depth to it, but he's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. Anyway, Ireland's constitutional crisis, fairness, justice, and the future of democracy. Ireland today in crisis. Families cannot afford their bills. Parents are raising children in hotels and cars. I mean, people are living in cars. The cost of living is soaring, and the chronic shortage of homes to rent or buy is tearing communities apart. But the crisis is not only economic, it is constitutional. Because when citizens cannot access justice, the Constitution itself is in danger. Decades ago, Justice Lewis Powell of the US Supreme Court reminded the world equal justice under law is not merely a caption. It is fundamental that justice should be the same in substance and availability without regard to economic status. That truth applies here in Ireland today. Fairness is not optional. It's the very foundation of our republic. And right now, fairness is slipping away. Many people would say it's long gone. So Ireland's access to justice crisis. For too many, justice in Ireland is simply unaffordable. Legal aid is underfunded and overstretched. Private legal fees are crippling, often turning into tens of thousands of euros, even more millionaire fees, a judge referred to recently. Families already burdened by soaring rents and energy bills simply cannot sustain years of litigation. Survivors of all kinds of abuse, eviction, financial abuse are often forced to face the courts alone, whistleblowers, while powerful institutions arrive with teams of lawyers. For example, people that are, I met people recently, and in a terrible state about, losing their homes and having to face the courts with no legal teams. Absolutely horrific. This is not equality before the law. This is structural inequality, a direct threat to the Constitution itself. There is an urgent need to reform how justice is delivered in Ireland. This is my big message. Affordable arbitration, mediation and negotiation must be available as standards, not as luxuries. And they must be embedded into the legal system. And the big word is affordable, but also the type of negotiation, arbitration, the type of method of dispute resolution that brings a win-win for all. Now, I would also like to bring mental health into this whole issue here, because I think we need this in criminal, legal, civil law, because of so many people in prisons have mental health issues, personality dysfunctions and so on, and they get no help. So this is a big problem. I think we're not facing the mental health crisis, which has prisons full, and yet we won't talk anymore. These methods would resolve thousands of cases quickly, hopefully saving families from years of trauma and crippling legal bills, and yet would free the courts to focus on the most complex and vital cases, constitutional disputes, just as the one that I'm with the brilliant Mr. Justice Higgins, and shape the future of the nation. Yet, instead of strengthening the courts, recent laws such as the amended Protections and Disclosures Act have had the opposite effect, stripping certain constitutional matters from judicial oversight. This is more than poor governance. It's an encroachment on the separation of powers, and when legislative action removes constitutional questions from the court, it is nothing less than a betrayal of the Constitution, an act approaching treason. Fairness must be restored. Without it, the Constitution becomes a dead letter. Democracy weakens and public trust collapses. Ireland cannot survive on slogans. Family needs home they can afford. Citizens need bills they can pay. And everyone, rich or poor, needs equal access to justice. This means reforming legal aid, making mediation and arbitration affordable, necessary, and restoring the full authority of the courts over constitutional matters. So final call to action. Ireland's crisis is more than economic. It is constitutional. The courts must be free to protect citizens' rights, and justice must be accessible to all. Justice Powell's words echo here. Justice must be the same in substance and availability. Without fairness, the law is only words and the Constitution is only paper. Ireland must choose. Will we defend fairness, or will we let the very foundation of our democracy erode before our eyes? So that's the final message from this YouTube station for this for the moment, and I hope to see you again soon. But I think it's a very important message, and I hope that people will listen to it and take it very seriously, because it is absolutely critical that these issues all get resolved by the courts in due course.